Earlier this week, Ray Dalio, chairman of Bridgewater Associates, said that we are in the seventh inning of the economic cycle, saying that it might be a good idea for investors to get more defensive. We are joined today by Frank Holmes, CEO of U.S. Global Investors. Frank, welcome back to the show. Good to see you.
It's good to be with you.
So is it the time to get defensive, not aggressive here?
Absolutely. Global PMIs have turned negative, where the last month is below 3 months, and historically that means the economy is going to be weaker in exports in the next 6 months. So the sentiment is positive today. The sentiment news for the American economy was extremely strong, so the threat of rising interest rates could be buffered with the threat of PMI turning south.
Okay. So, and historically, getting defensive includes adding
Absolutely.
gold.
But one of the things about Ray Dalio is so important is that people to follow him. He follows successful people. He's written an excellent book called Principles of how he looks at life. And YouTube has a wonderful clip. It's about 30 minutes, an animation of him speaking how the economic machine works. And it's a phenomenal piece of educational, easy learning animation. And further to that, he always has gold. And he says if you don't have gold in a portfolio, that you're at risk. So when he says seventh inning, it means you better increase your exposure to gold.
Right, and there's no sugarcoating it though, Frank. You know, gold at a 2-year low here. It's obviously had a very difficult few months. And with US data coming in lower than expected, it doesn't really point to signs that the economy is slowing down. The Fed is still on track to raise rates here. So, you know, how can a gold investor stay positive in this environment?
Well, if you're a portfolio manager like Ray Dalio, then you just buy gold and make sure you have the golden rule, which is 10% in your portfolio, and at times up to 20. So I think that's what investors have to take a look at and just have the patience until these rates roll over. And when we get this blink of the eye, like we had August the 15th, we immediately had gold surge because rates weren't going to rise, was the thought process. Now sentiment is the economy is more positive, so rates are going to rise maybe another 2-4 times, whatever the next 12 months. Who knows? But they're very economic sensitive. And I think that the Fed is watching the PMIs, and if we go for a couple months in a row of negative global PMIs, rates aren't going to be going up. Okay,
finally, what's your personal strategy then right now, Frank?
The golden rule. Definitely 10%, and also short-term bonds and short-term munis. Short-term munis in America are very, very attractive, or anything that's of a short duration is a much better way to play it.
How about silver at these lows right now? Are you buying here?
Yes, buy the silver coins. Just buy the physical coins. It's just a better way to own them, and for getting ready for gift giving for Christmas, you turn around and you give about everyone a silver coin.
All right, Frank Holmes, thanks so much for stopping by. And thanks for watching. We'll be back next week.